Monsoon is the seasonal reversal of wind direction in a year. गर्मी में कुछ और डायरेक्शन है, सर्दी में कुछ और डायरेक्शन है. रिवर्सल मतलब उल्टा हो जाना. पता चला कि गर्मी में लैंड से ओशियन की तरफ विंड जा रही, पता चला कि सर्दी में ओशियन से लैंड की तरफ विंड जा रही. Monsoon is derived from mausim, Arabic word by whom? Al-Masudi. Monsoon is a local wind at large scale. Monsoon is not a permanent wind. This is the importance of monsoon. Have you heard about monsoon? सुना है कभी? क्या होता है monsoon मतलब? Monsoon is the seasonal reversal of wind direction in a year. एक वर्ष के अंदर हवाओं की दिशा में पूर्ण रूपेण परिवर्तन को मॉनसून कहा जाता है. सीजनल रिवर्सल, गर्मी में कुछ और डायरेक्शन है, सर्दी में कुछ और डायरेक्शन है. रिवर्सल मतलब उल्टा हो जाना. एक साल के अंदर हवाओं की दिशा में पूर्ण रूपेण परिवर्तन को मॉनसून कहा जाता है. बराबर. पता चला कि गर्मी में लैंड से ओशियन की तरफ विंड जा रही, पता चला कि सर्दी में ओशियन से लैंड की तरफ विंड जा रही. एक बात कहना है समझाने के लिए. तो इस तरह का जब सीजनल रिवर्सल हो, क्या कहा जाता है उसको? मॉनसून. मॉनसून वे आर फर्स्ट स्टडीड बाय अरेबियन स्कॉलर्स. अरेबियन स्कॉलर्स वेयर the first one to notice about this phenomena, and the name of the scholar was Al-Masudi. For the first time he noticed about the monsoonal winds in Bay of Bengal, right? So monsoon is an what? Arabic term. In our NCERT it is written monsoon is an Arabic term. The term coined by whom? Al-Masudi. Now some of the scholars they also say that it may be derived from the Malayalam word mojim. Either monsoon is derived from mausim, Arabic word mausim by whom? Al-Masudi, or some of the scholars they believe that monsoon is also derived from the Malayalam word mojim. Barabar. Monsoon is a local wind at large scale. This phenomena take place almost in 22 countries of Asia. All those countries which receives monsoonal rainfall are referred as monsoon Asia, right? It is a localized phenomena, do not cover the whole globe. It is localized phenomena. That's why it is referred as what? Local wind. So monsoon is a local wind at large scale. Let's see how. In case of permanent winds, their velocity and direction remains the same throughout the year. Their velocity and direction remains the same throughout the year, 24/7. Their velocity and direction almost remains the same throughout the year. That's why referred as permanent wind. Like trade wind, a kind of what? Permanent wind. Like westerly wind, kind of permanent wind. Third one is polar wind, kind of permanent wind. But monsoon is a local wind. Means what? Their velocity and direction changes according to season. So what is difference between local wind and permanent wind? In case of permanent wind, they cover whole globe. That's why they are also referred as planetary wind. They blow on the whole planet, right? Also known as planetary wind. Like trade wind, westerly, polar winds. Their velocity and direction almost remains the same throughout there. But in case of local wind, their velocity and direction changes according to season. For example, Lu, kind of local wind. Khamsin wind in Egypt. It blows for almost 50 days. Khamsin means 50 in Egypt. Sirocco, known as blood rain in Tunisia, Algeria. Like we have Santa Anna wind, Doctor wind, whereas Doctor wind, Harmattan in Africa. So there are numerous local winds on the globe. Their velocity and direction changes according to season, right? In case of India, our local wind is Lu, mostly predominant in the summer season, April, May. In fact, extended, prolonged up to June also. Right? So this is difference between what? Permanent wind and. So is this statement, is it justifiable? Whether I said a very first statement I gave in the classroom, monsoon is a local wind at large scale. Is it clear to you? Right? Monsoon is not a planetary wind. Monsoon is not a permanent wind. Clear? The most of the India, it is under the influence of monsoonal winds in the month of June, July and August only. Köppen, one of the greatest climatologists, what he said, 77% of rainfall of India we receive in just 3 months, June, July and August, right? 77%. Remaining 23%, 9 months. But 77% of moisture, 77% of rainfall in India, we mostly obtained in these 3 months, June, July and August. Clear? So this is the importance of monsoon. Let's see what are the important permanent winds. So we have three permanent winds on the earth's surface. Okay, the first one is this one, polar wind from polar high pressure areas to subpolar low pressure areas. The second one is westerly wind from subtropical high region towards the subpolar low pressure region. Clear? And the next one is trade winds blowing from subtropical high region towards the equatorial low pressure region. Blowing from subtropical high region towards the equatorial low pressure region. Clear? During its movement from high pressure towards the low pressure, they tend to bend towards right due to Coriolis force. In absence of Coriolis force, these winds might have been blown like this one, straight from high to low, from high to low, from high to low. But since Earth is rotating and the velocity is different at different latitudes, so Coriolis force is produced due to this difference actually. Earth is rotating, Earth has different velocity at different latitude. Near the equator, velocity of the Earth is very high, but near the pole, velocity of the Earth is very low. So this difference results into the origin of birth of what? Coriolis force, and it turns the moving wind towards right in the northern hemisphere. Since this wind is coming from high to low, it will, what will be the right side of this wind? Here. What will be the right side of this wind? This side. What will be the right of this wind? Here. So these winds tend to move in the right hand side, where in this case in the southern hemisphere these winds tend to move in the left hand side. So wind here moving from high to low, high to low, high to low. So in absence of Coriolis force, these winds would have been like this one. But what is the left direction of this wind? Here, left. What is the left direction of this wind? Like this one. What is the left direction of this wind? Like this one. So Coriolis force results due to the difference of what? Earth velocity at different latitude. Right? Now, so are you aware about these winds? These are referred as what? Permanent wind or planetary wind, since they blow on the whole planet. That's why they are known as planetary wind. Their velocity and direction remains the same throughout there, right? But in case of local wind, their velocity and direction changes according to season. Let's see. The first one in here, it is equator. Okay, near the equator. This one is what? Trade wind. The first wind is trade wind. Second one is again trade wind. Okay, bolo. Next one, westerly winds of southern hemisphere. Okay, and polar winds of northern hemisphere. So their velocity and direction almost remains the same saalo bhar throughout the year, all the 365 days. Now only in this region here, only in the Indian subcontinent region here, only in the Indian subcontinent region, the velocity of the direction of trade wind changes according to season. And rest of the year they blow from land towards the ocean. But in summer season, June, July, August, these trade winds are having very unique, very peculiar character. That's why monsoon is one of the most widely studied climatic phenomena on the globe, even greater than El Nino and jet stream concepts, right? So monsoon is one of the most widely researched subject on the globe. There is joint team of Indian and Russian scientists. They are doing research in the Indian Ocean since 1977, and the name of the team is MONEX, that is Monsoon Expedition. What is the name of that joint team, research team of Indian and Russian scientists? This is MONEX, Monsoon Expedition. So why monsoon is so unique and so peculiar in character? Rest of the world, here there is no change in the direction of polar wind, no change in the direction of westerly, no change in the direction of trade wind anywhere else in the world except this Indian subcontinent region. That's why monsoon is so unique, so peculiar. There are 27 theories which deals with the origin of monsoon, and no one is complete in fact, right? Why monsoon is so unique? If someone asks after attending this session, कोई पूछे why monsoon is so peculiar, तो क्या बोलोगे? कहीं भी ट्रेड विंड का डायरेक्शन चेंज हो रहा है, कहीं भी ट्रेड विंड का डायरेक्शन चेंज हो रहा है, मैक्सिको में, वेस्टर्न अफ्रीका में, यहाँ साउथ अमेरिका में, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में, कहीं भी चेंज हो रहा है किसी विंड का डायरेक्शन. लेकिन ये इसके साथ क्या बवाल है भैया, देखो ये चेंज हो गया, अरे वाह वाह, ये पूरा ये ब्लू वाला क्या हो गया, लैंड से ओशियन आ रहा है ना, ओशियन से लैंड की तरफ जा रहा है, इसका डायरेक्शन पूरा चेंज हो गया. ठीक है, इसलिए मॉनसून क्या है, यूनिक है.